back. I hope you're all doing well. This video is going to be a bit different, and I'm actually going to cover the majority of the tools that I use to keep track of the crypto markets as well as explore and do sort of research. I'm going to break this down into several different subsections. The first thing I'm going to look at is my favorite exchanges. I'm then going to look at the tools I use for market analysis and overview, as well as market research. I'm then going to quickly touch on at the end smart chain explorers as well, because they're quite useful to sort of glean some market sentiment. So I'll start running through these. My favorite exchange by far is Binance.com. Lowest fees pretty much out of any exchange. They also have a wide selection as well as adoption rate of new and upcoming cryptos, much better say than Coinbase or other mainstream exchanges. This being one of the biggest centralized exchanges as well, it's fairly safe as compared to probably some of the smaller exchanges we see. There will actually be a link down in the description, a referral link if you guys don't use Binance. I'm not sure if you can access it in the US. I think there's Binance.us. It's not as good as the regular Binance.com website. But if you do want to sign up, I do have a referral link which actually cuts your fees even further, making this sort of even more attractive a platform to use. But yeah, my favorite by far. The next one would be if you're in the UK, predominantly, I think also Europe, would be Crypto.com. Nowhere near as good on fees as Binance.com, but one of the big features of Crypto.com is the auto recurring buy feature. Really simple to use and allows you to average into the markets really simply. You just sort of link up your accounts and you're kind of good to go. Another one for my UK users at the moment, deposits and withdrawals are a bit iffy in the UK because Binance has gotten a bit of hot water with the FCA, or the Financial Conduct Authority here. So Crypto.com was another platform that I picked up to use in the meanwhile until the FCA resolves its feud with Binance.com. Finally, for me, Coinbase.com, pretty standard, quite expensive in terms of fees, although you can get around them by using the Pro Coinbase website after you create a Coinbase.com website, Coinbase.com account. Again, limited selection of coins on here, so not fantastic. Also probably has the highest fees out of these three platforms, but again, it's really simple and easy to use. I think we've all probably got a Coinbase account. If you guys don't have a Coinbase account though, and you're kind of getting into it, this might be the place to start. Really simple and easy and safe to use. Again, there's a referral link in the description. I think if you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, we both get $10 of Bitcoin each. So nice little bonus there if you guys don't have an account for some reason. Moving on to decentralized exchanges, I think you've all probably heard of these, but I'll run through them really quickly. Uniswap, so if you're wanting to trade Ethereum based tokens or ERC20 tokens, Uniswap is the sort of number one for that. Again, you're going to need a wallet to connect to these, but I won't be touching on that in this video. But yeah, Uniswap. Binance Smart Chain obviously had a massive rally towards the end of last year. PancakeSwap.finance still being the number one here. Avalanche, Trader Joe, XYZ.com is probably the number one to go here. Really simple and easy to use and sort of fast as well. The last thing I wanted to talk about here in the sort of this exchange portion of the video was actually StakingRewards.com. Really good website in terms of giving you the average or the live rewards for each of these sort of tokens and coins, as well as giving you places where you can actually stake them. So we can see here, for example, over the last 24-hour period, the APY for Ethereum has been roughly 4.35%. Or for example, if I go to Cake, I don't know, PancakeSwap's token, we can see here that the APY is 51% nearly annualized, and this is really good. I mean, you can plug in your figures here and kind of work out what's going to happen over the time period and stuff, but just quite useful to gain a bit of insight as to what tokens have sort of big rewards and what don't. So nice little website. Right, moving on to the market overview section of this video. My favorite that you probably see me using these videos quite a lot is CoinMarketCap. Reason it's my favorite realistically is because of the portfolio feature. I do quite like using that to track the average of some of my coins. Really simple and easy to use, lots of different information in here. I personally just prefer this over things like CoinGecko and CoinRank and CoinList. There's several, so take your pick here really. Next thing in terms of market overview, whalestats.com, really useful. Unfortunately, they don't cover many chains, but you've got the big ones: Ethereum, Binance, Polygon, and Avalanche. But sort of different information here. Sort of tells you the most used stable coins, most traded NFTs, most widely held token, yada yada yada. You sort of scroll down and you can see the biggest wallets effectively sitting within these blockchains. So that's quite a nice thing to keep an eye on. Another way of looking at the markets overall and sort of seeing what's happening is actually looking at DeFi trackers effectively. So total value locked is the amount of dollars or whatever currency you're looking at locked within these DeFi protocols. And what we tend to see is obviously, as prices and stuff fall, the total value locked falls along with it because people withdraw their money effectively from these staking pools and farms, etc. So you've got DeFi Pulse, which does a really good job of sort of looking at this, and you can see the breakdown by sort of chain and what's going on. And the other one as well is DeFi Llama, and this one's pretty cool as well. Tells you the tokens with the total value locked, etc., and the change over time. And there's actually some other sort of nifty little tools here over on DeFi Llama, so I'd suggest checking this out. One of my favorite websites as well to look at or things to look at are market cycle charts. I'm more of a macro believer rather than looking at technical analysis all the time. So look into bitcoin.com/charts. You've got several different things here: stock to flow model, fear and greed indexes, which are really nice to look at. So we can see right now we're obviously in extreme fear, 12 out of 100. So potentially, take what you will from these charts, but lots of different market statistics buried within this website, so really nice. Similar thing here, Bitcoin rainbow price chart, or basically a log chart, which uses a bit of a regression analysis. We can see here we've peaked before maximum bubble territory when we get into the red band of the rainbow effectively, and we're in basically fire sale territory when we're down in this blue band of this rainbow. So you can see right now we're kind of in sort of cheat territory. And what we've seen previously, 2017 and the 2013 peaks were when we hit this upper band of maximum bubble territory. So again, an interesting chart to sort of look at, and kind of gives you some macro market sort of sentiment effectively. One of my other favorite websites around this is colintalkscrypto.com/CBBI, and this is actually because he takes a bunch of the different charts from look into Bitcoin and the rainbow charts and regression analysis, and effectively has come up with an all-in-one aggregated indicator for this. So you can see here pi cycle top indicator, RUPL, NUPL charts, Rodel ratio, Puel multiple, 2-year moving average, Trollol trend line, which is basically what we just looked at here, risk reverse, etc., etc. And then effectively comes up with a confidence figure that we're at the peak. So again, what we can see here before is this peak in 2017, and our confidence interval on this indicator basically hit 100. It did hit 100 actually. So we can see right now confidence we're at the peak, 42, makes sense. Fear and greed index is sitting at 12 out of 100. So we're nowhere near a peak effectively. Again, really useful sort of website for that. Now looking more at sort of market research rather than market overview, more potentially sentiment, CryptoPanic.com. So this is just loads of news threads effectively that are trending, and recent comments and articles from different things. So we can see here, Bitcoin could be hacked with extremely powerful quantum computers. British researchers say, well, I don't think crypto is one of the first things you'd be worrying about if quantum computers become mainstream. The traditional banking sector's probably going to be a massive target because it's pretty slow and old. So yeah, take a lot of these with a pinch of salt, but really nice to sort of glean information from the general sentiment of the market. More sort of in-depth research and articles and stuff, you've got Masaru.io. So yeah, pro research, long live. Vita DAO talks about these. Some really cool articles and stuff on here that you can have a look at. And they've also got live data, asset screeners and charts explorers, a bit like TradingView. Some cool information on here nonetheless. CoinMarketCal.com, so this is CoinMarket Calendar, really cool to see upcoming events. So if we come over to here, coins, for example, I want to see Ethereum, and we search, and we can see the next sort of main calendarized event for Ethereum is the ETHCC5 conference on the 19th of July 2022. Pretty cool to see what's happening though, if there's any major events that could potentially move the price of anything you're looking at. Quite handy. Another one for statistics, again limited to sort of very few coins, but you've got btc.com/stats. So this is obviously looking at the chain algorithm difficulty, and as well as like hash rates, etc., confirmed transactions, best fee, etc. Just loads of different sort of stats for the particular cryptocurrency. So that kind of concludes that market research stuff. Let's have a quick look at some of my favorite smart chain explorer tools, and these are quite good as well to see what's kind of happening with the market. So obviously two of my favorites immediately being hedera based. You've got Dragon Glass to look at transaction volume as well as account creation, as well as obviously like any chain explorer, you can search a transaction ID hash or an account ID and follow the transactions to see what's been going on. Really cool website. Built off the back of that is hederatransactions.com. So this is showing you the live transactions per second on the main net as well as the test net. So you would have seen screenshots in previous videos of mine of this tool when we've seen massive peaks in the test net. Really cool website. For the Binance Smart Chain, you've got BSC Scan, probably no surprises here, and the last one that I quite like is Polygon Scan, but you've also got F-Scan as well for the Ethereum Smart Chain. Anyway guys, hopefully this wasn't too long of a video. Tons of different websites and tools in here that you guys could be using to help sort of research things and look at the general market sentiment. So if you enjoyed this, leave a thumbs up, drop a comment if you want to see anything else, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.